Hey everyone, it's Arylo here with your weekly love letter, and I'm standing here in Chilly Willy, California. It's like 45 degrees here, and I'm standing here in my my garage, which you can tell is a little full of stuff. It's a little full of stuff, but it was the perfect place to take today's video because we're right here before the new year. And right before the new year is the perfect time to stop, take a best friend moment and say, what junk, what stuff don't I want to bring with me into 2013? Because some things that could once be really useful for us can turn into things that we no longer need and can even be unuseful to us. And that's the time when you want to recycle and goodwill and just get rid of all the clutter. Because what I've learned and what I've worked with a lot of people when we talk about going into the new year, you want to go in free and open to receive all the goodness that's there. And if your life is looking like my garage, if your emotional state is looking like my garage, if your relationships are looking like my garage, if even your own house and your own physical stuff is looking like my garage, we gotta make sure we clear out that clutter. The wind just started blowing. It's like working with us here. It's like, let's clear out the clutter so that you can be open to all the joy, all the peace, all the happiness, all the love that you just deserve to receive in 2013 just because you're you. So I'm going to share a process with you right now, which is the process that I go through every year. I take my clients through this process. It works. And all you need is a piece of paper, well, 3 pieces of paper, a pen, a marker, or a crayon. I'm pro marker or crayon, and a willingness and an openness to let go, to recycle, to give to goodwill, to open up, to receive, and create spaciousness. Because when you don't have spaciousness in here or in here, there's no way for the universe to bring you goodness. There's no room, right? So this process is going to help you create space to allow all that to come in. So the first piece of paper, I want you to take that piece of paper and you're going to create a list that is all the emotional stuff that you don't want to bring into 2013. So these are your emotional habits, these are your emotional patterns, and it's also just your unhealthy emotions. I myself took a look at my emotions and said, you know, I have this emotion called anger that creeps up from time to time. Sometimes it can be really helpful, right? If there's like a robber coming after me, I would be able to be like, stop, no. That would be a good way to use anger. Occasionally I will use anger in ways that are harmful and unhealthy. Like, for example, this is like the 5th time I've taped this video because Noah is actually learning how to tape videos for us when we're out on the road visiting all of you for the Team Love Tour, right? Because we're selling our house, which is why, again, my garage is full of so much stuff. And we're going on the road on February 2nd, so Noah has to become our cameraman. So he's learning. I get frustrated sometimes, and all of a sudden we're doing this thing, and my anger's like, roar, and I'm like, oh, shit, I left anger behind in 2012. Okay, well, wait, okay, it's not quite 2013, but it gave me the awareness of, yeah, I don't do that anymore. And so it isn't like it's never going to show up. Either for you, maybe for you it's not anger, for you it's guilt, or it's shame, or it's avoidance, or it's obligation. There's a gazillion emotions and emotional patterns and habits. Doesn't mean it won't show up anymore. It means that when it shows up, you can just be like, oh yeah, I don't do that anymore. And you can shift yourself, right? So that's the power of making this list. So your unhealthy emotions, unhealthy habits, and patterns go here. Your second list is all the physical stuff that you just don't need anymore. It is time to recycle and goodwill it. I'm standing here next to Noah's motorcycle. Noah's had this motorcycle since he was in college. And we're going on the road, y'all, and I'm not riding on this motorcycle, I gotta tell you. We're actually on the lookout right now for the vehicle that's going to be taking us out on the road. We're not sure exactly what that's going to be yet, but it's not going to be this. So Noah decided instead of storing this thing for, who knows, 6 months, 2 years, he's going to release it. And he's had some emotions about it, he's had to release, but it's good because it creates the space for that physical vehicle, whatever it's going to be, to come into our lives. So all the physical stuff you're ready to release, or even not ready, but are willing to release. I'm not sure Noah was ready, but he did it. And then the third list are your relationships. These are the relationships you don't want to take into 2013 with you. And maybe it could be the relationships that you just want to release completely. And that's okay. I was talking to a friend of mine who said, I only want to have relationships moving forward full of joy and peace. And I have this relationship that's not that. It's never been that. And so she wrote a letter to this woman and said that, you know, I'm grateful for what we've had, and I don't want to continue the relationship into 2013. That's one way to do it. Or you might want to keep the person around, but choose to change the energy. So those go on your list too. I don't want to longer have an angry relationship with my mother, with my sister, whatever that is. And write all those down. And then once you have your list, what I want you to do is give love to each of those buckets. So you give love to the emotions and the patterns. Thank you for what you've taught me. You give love to the physical stuff. Thank you for what you've given me. And you give love to the relationships. Thank you for being in my life. And then you release them. Burn the list or disintegrate the list about the emotions in water. For the physical stuff, get it out. Just like my garage is going to be cleaned out. And then for the relationships, take an action to clean out that icky energy on your side and open up to receive good, loving energy on the inside. And once you've done that, you're clear and ready to receive what's coming in 2013. I'm going to be seeing so many of you on the Team Love Tour. We leave on February 2nd. I'm super excited that many of you are going to be throwing your own self-love parties this year. Remember, we have over 500 last year. We're going for over 1,000 this year. If you don't know what I'm talking about or you haven't signed up yet, make sure to go to jointeamlove.com. That's where you can sign up and get on the train to share love in 2013. So see you all on the road. Much love.